What's up, y'all? It's Christy.
I'm Courtney.
And I'm Rashana, and we are the 1000 Club.
Hey, hey, hey.
Run the tune back. I'm getting good. Okay, y'all.
Yes, come on with it.
My DJ services. Let me tell y'all this.
What's
joke,
your
right?
DJ name?
My DJ name. That's exactly what my joke was gonna be. We're here. So, right, I used to be like, my DJ name is gonna be DJ Roach because that's my last name, right? It's gonna be DJ Roach infesting your airwaves.
Okay.
Boop, doop, boom.
Wah, 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 wah. Listen. That was gonna be my DJ name. It was unique. It's something that y'all are gonna remember.
That is true.
And it's different.
That's
so that
true.
would be my
That's
DJ
funny.
name. I don't know what y'all want to call me now. Y'all can just say
DJ Shawnee Sean. I don't know.
DJ, please.
No, y'all call me DJ Roach.
All right, DJ Roach infesting the airways.
Yes. Well. Welcome to the club, the 1000 Club. We're here for another week, another episode, talking about Black HERstory. This week. Yes. We thank y'all for rocking with us, all our VIP crew out there rocking with us every other Thursday on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Anchor. So, ladies, let's get to this little happy hour check-in real quick. Christy, how you been?
I've been really good. I just came back from Vegas yesterday. Had a really good trip. Stayed out there 3 days. I guess like 2 full days. And so did a lot of good eating. We went to Wing Lee at the Wynn, and it is the first Chinese restaurant to receive a Michelin star in North America.
Good.
The food was on point. The service was impeccable.
What is a Michelin star?
So a Michelin star, Michelin, like the Michelin tires, they have like a rating or system for restaurants that are supposed to be like top tier. And I may not be explaining this well. My husband is really into like Michelin star restaurants and good eats. So he's the one who introduced me to it. So these are supposed to be like the top of the top restaurants. There's a lot in Chicago. I think that's why he's so into them. So all the restaurants we went to, he looked into them. And so the food, we had the Imperial Peking duck, the best freaking duck I have had in my life. It's so good. So good. And like the experience was just like amazing. Like they came and put like a little stool for your bag for every lady or man that had a bag. Like they come and bring that to you. They give you like a little mini placemat to put your mask down. They're bringing out, new silverware each course. It's just impeccable. We had I feel like 4 different servers that attended to our needs. So it was just an amazing experience. So if you ever go to Vegas, check them out. And then we went to Hell's Kitchen. So if you watch Gordon Ramsay's Hell Kitchen, we went there to the Vegas location. Of course, it's at Caesar's Palace. And some of the best food I've had in my life. Okay.
You was living through the food, girl.
Yeah, so I did not really watch Hell's Kitchen until this season. Like my husband watches all of the shows like Master Chef and he watches Hell's Kitchen. And so the food was just, oh my gosh, we got the wine pairing. I had never got a wine pairing before, and I just did not realize how much wine could bring out the flavor of food. I just feel so fat sitting here, closing my eyes.
That's okay, because I saw you living and I was like, she's going to all of the nice restaurants, which is a great thing to do in Vegas.
Yeah, let me tell you, I had never had an experience like this before in Vegas. Well, this was only my second time going as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I went, it was 2 years ago, and it was like a random spontaneous trip. Like literally, my
Mm-hmm.
friends and I planned this like over the span of like 3 days. We were like, let's go somewhere for 4th of July. And we landed on Vegas. So I had a very spontaneous time the last time I went to Vegas, but it wasn't centered around like dining or shopping or
Mm-hmm.
any of that. It was mainly like partying. And
Mm-hmm.
so this time, just like really experiencing Vegas through food, I did not realize how good the
Yes.
like restaurants are in Vegas. So yeah, Kitchen was amazing. If you go, definitely get the beef Wellington. That is like their top dish. That's what they're known for. We did have the scallops, which were really good. I had the Caesar salad, like did not know a Caesar salad could be so amazing. And yeah, so that was that. And then we also went to like we went to Sadel's at the Bellagio for
Mm-hmm.
breakfast. That was really nice. It's so beautiful. Like just beautiful. The Bellagio was just like
Yeah,
opulent
Bellagio
in
is nice.
itself. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And they
that's how
have
I'm
good
doing.
rates right now.
They do, yes.
Yes,
So
they
we're
do.
actually talking about maybe going back because we didn't stay on the strip, and I haven't stayed on the
Mm.
strip since I was a kid or a teenager. So yeah, we're planning on going back, do some shopping. I've never really done shopping in Vegas, but apparently that's the thing. I
Yeah.
cannot believe like literally how many multiples of stores they have, like steps
Mm-hmm.
from each other.
Mhm.
So yeah, so today we just got back yesterday. So I am exhausted from all the walking, and yeah,
How was the weather?
the weather was pretty nice. I mean, it was like in the upper 50s, low 60s, so much better than Chicago weather. And like I just needed like a light jacket. So
Okay.
I would definitely like if you're ever thinking about going to Vegas in the winter time, definitely go do it because the weather is not that bad. It's bearable. Yeah. Oh, and I just want to highlight, in honor of Black History Month, all Black everything. I have these earrings on from Adisa Handcrafted. That's Adisa Handcrafted. It's my cousin Candace's line. So, yes, I'm rocking that, a woman entrepreneur that makes jewelry and other handcrafted items. And I am wearing the lip bar, the goddess.
That's my favorite. That's one I
Yes.
have too. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite.
Shout out to them.
That's not the no, I have the purple one. That's not, it doesn't look like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
this
the
is
goddess is like the
the
stick or whatever, the
shimmery.
shimmer gloss. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite. I wear that one a lot.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We love the lip bar over here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A very
What
strong.
about you, CT?
What have I been doing? I've been keeping up with my kickboxing classes. I actually
I thought you was gonna say the Kardashians.
keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping up with my kickboxing. So I actually set a goal, well, two goals for my kickboxing journey. The first one is obviously to get stronger. I will shout out when I first started, I could not do a push-up. I did 10 this morning. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you go.
And then my second goal, so my first goal is to get stronger. My second goal is to be able to teach a class by the end of the year. So I want to be an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So the lady who owns it, she was basically like, okay, so we're going to start this process. And I was like, wait, I said at the end of the year, not at the end of the month. But it's been nice to really set those goals and stick to it and then just use that as an outlet. So I'm super excited to see like in the next couple of months what happens, how I'm feeling. Kickboxing is like a full body workout. So you literally work out your entire body.
Well, if you want to do some virtual classes and try it out on us,
Okay.
you can do that.
yes.
Definitely.
Yes, I'm gonna have to do that. They don't have any, they have one morning virtual class, but I will. That's a good idea. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So So I've been doing that. What else have I been doing? I've been working, going crazy. My birthday's coming up. So trying to figure out, this time last year, we were getting ready to live it up in the city. And then the pandemic hit right after. So was talking with Christy earlier about the getaway house. So I might be booking that for my birthday. We'll see. Stay tuned for it. Yeah, I don't really have much going on. Basketball season's about to be over, so my part-time job is about to be done. And yeah, that's all I got. I don't really know. Oh, I have a black-owned business to highlight. Just since we're out, I was working on this earlier. It's called the Vibe Planner. They are on Instagram. They are a black-owned business. They do planners and notebooks. And this was I think it was $40 to get it. And it's a full 1-year planner. It has like affirmations. It has goal section. It has a journal section. So it was really, really cool. Shout out to them.
Yes.
Wait, I just noticed, do we all have turtlenecks on?
Kinda.
Oh, yes.
Look at us being on the same page. We did not plan this at all.
We didn't. Where's y'all's from?
Mine's a Target.
Mine too.
Okay.
Oh, mine says Marshalls.
Okay.
Oh, you know, somebody's got to be one bougie one in the group.
Marshalls is not beautiful.
Target it is.
It's my little yoga top. It has a little zipper, so I can make it.
Oh, give us a little.
Yes.
What's this called? What's this called? Whatever it is. Yeah. Give us a little collarbone action. You know.
Slide it down and
yes.
Yes, put some perfume there and walk around and be like, hey y'all.
Yes, a little collarbone.
Yes, my little yoga top that I love. So it's
yes.
Awesome. What's up with you? I'm loving this scarf you have on.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start with my black-owned businesses. This is the Wrap Life. Shout out to Courtney to the Wrap Life. This is one of their silk full wraps.
Ooh, I like that.
And yeah, I got this one and one of their, I guess, cotton or jersey material ones. That is chocolate. So yeah, I think this is cool because there's a lot of days where I just don't feel like doing my hair. Today is one of those days. So, you know, I just popped this on with some hoops. Shout out to my mom who she's really into makeup, similarly to me. And so I was able to go on her drawer and find this cute little lip.
Yes, I like that.
You know,
like a red orange.
It's actually an orange, like a coral orange like thing. Yeah, but it's coming up here like whatever it is, it's giving me life. So shout out to my mom for that. And also this necklace that y'all see that I wear all the time. It actually is my grandmother's name, and my middle name is made by a Black-owned jewelry designer, Gilchrist. That's GLCHRST on Instagram. She makes signature pieces, nameplates, grills. She's making me a custom ring. And this is 14 karat gold. So support Black jewelry makers and designers. What is new with me? So I got a yoga instructor, Mindful Mashup. Monique, shout out to you. We've known each other since high school. And my goals are to maintain peace and clarity, increase my strength as well. And I want to be able to do a split. So those are my goals by the end of the year. You know, I need to be able to split in the middle, okay? So that has been exciting. I've been really consistent with my From Brunch to Launch Converse series via Clubhouse. So thank you all for continuing to support that. If you haven't, join us one Sunday at 9:30 a.m. on Clubhouse. And if you don't have a Clubhouse, DM 1000 Club Life because I have a few invites and I'll invite you. Just don't be on no BS because Clubhouse will kick me out. So yeah, so there's that. This week, or 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure if we recorded on that day, but I had my biopsy. So you all remember when we first started this podcast, I was talking about my hair loss journey. So I had a biopsy this week. I got the stitches out on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. And I officially have CCCA, which is something alopecia. Okay. A bunch of C's. And it's caused by a gene or a P3 gene, which pretty much I haven't looked it all up, but what it basically means is something about my hair growth is wrong. So my body is causing inflammation because it's just something's not right. So I'm gonna be on some anti-inflammatory pills, some sort of oil that reduces inflammation. It's a minor steroid. And there's something else as well. So that's what I'm using with my dermatologist. And then I'll be getting some blood work because it's important for me to be able to see what my blood levels are, because I'm all about holistic remedies and care as well. So watching my eating and continuing to exercise, that increases blood flow. So that also helps the hair. And yeah, it looks like there's some follicles that can be saved. There's definitely some follicles that cannot be saved. But I'm just thankful that I still have a lot of hair on my head and it's not noticeable. Oh, I also have traction alopecia. So for y'all that like love to wear the weaves and the braids, and I didn't even wear braids and never really had a weave a lot, but just be careful when you're like putting your hair in ponytails and you know, you want to like pull your hair super tight and slick down your edges and all of that, because that causes traction and, you know, it will pull out the follicle. So with that, there's some places that it will grow back, but there's also some places where it's done deal. It's done data. So, yeah. So, yeah, just protect your crown, ladies. And yeah, some things you can prevent, some things you can't. And definitely what I would say in this journey is you got to really know your hair. You know, I know there's a lot of women who are going natural, women who aren't natural, and they, you know, you might go to, like for me, I used to go to my stylist like every other week and things like that. But it's important for you to also know your hair and really check around so that you can identify when you are seeing things. For me, I was able to catch it early. I probably could have caught it earlier if I didn't think it was an allergy to like cankalon hair. So just think about just you know, when your scalp is itching a little more and stuff like that, you know, you definitely want to try to go see somebody to help with that as soon as possible. So that's an update there. And as you can see, I'm somewhere different. I feel like I'm here like, where's Carmen Sandiego? Like, where is Stay Lit? I'm here at my mom's in Boston, so I'm really excited about that. Shout out to my mom. She celebrated her birthday a couple of days ago.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. And we've been watching Wendy Williams. So we watched the Wendy Williams movie. Did y'all see that?
I did.
What did you think about it?
So I didn't really know
the movie and then the
like after show.
Like,
I thought, you know, I don't expect much from Lifetime movies. I thought that it was interesting. I didn't really know that much about Wendy Williams except for like she was a radio DJ in New York. I did not know that she worked in Philadelphia. I mean, so it was a lot of things that I had learned about her life. It was okay. And like I said, it was interesting. It drew me in. I watched the whole movie. And then I did watch like her after. I don't know if that's a documentary or whatever. It really made me feel for her. Of course, she's controlling the narrative with all of this, but it was sad. I really felt for her. She just has so much hurt inside of her. It was very hard to watch her, sit down and just be just raw and real and crying. And you could tell there's a lot of hurt there. And I don't know how long
Mhm.
ago she did it, but I mean, I appreciate her for telling her side of the story and sharing her story.
Yeah, I've always loved Wendy. And I was introduced to Wendy actually um by someone who I call my brother, who is from Delaware. And when I went to visit him, Wendy Williams was on. And so he actually introduced me to Wendy Williams probably back in like 2008, 2007, something like that. And she always had the "how you doing," but when the callers used to call up, when she said "how you doing," you were supposed to say "all right." And I was like, who is this lady? And then I think he gave me her book, or he let me borrow it or something like that. So she wrote like a autobiography some time ago, and reading that, when I learned about, her addiction to cocaine and her miscarriages and stuff, I just have always remembered her just as being someone who was like extremely resilient. And so number one, I'm also interested in what she talks about too, because I'm a people watcher. So I love the idea of knowing like what people are thinking, watching them, trying to figure out what their next move is. So I love how she covers that. But also, regardless of what you think about her dishing and doing her hot topics thing, like she's a woman that has always been bold and has like been strong and has gotten everything, maybe not the fairy tale love story, but in terms of her career, you can't take her trailblazing accomplishments like away from her at all. That woman has worked hard, has brought something to the game that no one was doing, especially no woman, at that time. And so I give her so many props, for being that. And I love her. So it is what it is. Even though I think in person she would scare me, but I love her. So the other thing that I saw on the internet today was there was a conversation about FaceTime, and I immediately thought of y'all, and it was on The Real. Did y'all see it? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay. So Garcelle and Lonnie were having a conversation. Lonnie basically says to Garcelle, like, you FaceTime me the other day and I answered, but just so you know, don't ever FaceTime me without, giving me a heads up ever again. Don't do that again. And so Lonnie's like, you don't have to worry about me doing it again. I just did it that time because you were sick and I was trying to check on you or whatever. And it became like a conversation. So I wanted to ask you ladies, what y'all think? Like, do you have to give a heads up to FaceTime? Like,
I feel like me personally, there are very, very few and specific people that can FaceTime me whenever, and I won't have a problem. I'll answer the phone. Very, very, very few. Like on one hand, can count how many people can do that. I feel like I don't know. Okay, let me process this. So,
okay.
like I said, there's a very few people, but I do feel like if we're not close enough to where I know that you like to FaceTime, I would like a heads up. Or maybe like a, hey, is it cool if I FaceTime you right now? Like at least maybe ask and be like, is it okay if I FaceTime you right now? Because you don't know what I'm doing. Like, and it's like, oh, you can FaceTime me whenever. You ain't on that level.
I don't really care. I mean, but y'all know I'm a FaceTime person. But there's time, like I feel like it's a phone call. Do I have to give you a heads up that I'm gonna call you? Like if I FaceTime you and you don't want to talk to me or you're doing something, just ignore it.
Yeah, I think I look at it now as it's just like a regular phone call. So I'm gonna treat it the same way. Like if I
Right.
can't answer, then I'm not going to answer. But that's
Exactly.
whether it's FaceTime or phone call.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there are times that like maybe I can talk and I can't like hold the phone up and talk to you on FaceTime. And I would just say that, like, I would just be like, oh, I can't FaceTime right now. Like, I'll call you or whatever. But
I'm
I
good for
treat it the
ignoring and
same.
sending someone the audio.
Yeah, I definitely am. Because usually, like, it depends. Usually, like, when I do get FaceTimes or calls, it is at a time where I'm not able to talk. So I just don't answer it and I'll say, oh, I'll call you later or whatever. But I mean, I don't
Yeah.
have it. No, but in that situation, if I was sick and you knew I was sick, I don't think I would want to be on FaceTime. Just because of like the condition that I might be in. Like I'm probably in bed. You know what I'm saying?
I would be upset if
That's
you
good to know, Christy, because I feel like if you were sick and I knew you were sick, I would want to FaceTime you because I want to see you. Like I want to get a good look at you, you know, to make sure like you're okay. So that's good to know. I'm gonna just text.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're sick, like I feel like you would be resting, right? And so I feel like, yeah, I can answer the call and you ask me how I'm doing, I'd be like, oh, whatever. And that's that. But like I don't necessarily, like I said, when I have to answer the phone and I'm holding it up and like you know what I'm saying? Like if you
You're
FaceTime me,
going
I
to the
might answer
clinic.
it, you're gonna be looking at the ceiling. Like
But I feel like when you're sick, it's okay. Like I wouldn't be upset if someone FaceTime me
I
knowing I
would
was
be upset.
because
But
it's like, oh, you want to see how I look, how I feel. But I also, unlike you ladies, I feel like a phone call and a FaceTime call are two different levels of calling.
Why?
I used to think that.
Yeah, why? I'm asking y'all why. What's so special about the FaceTime?
I feel like when it's FaceTime, like I gotta, okay, this might be shady, but I feel like I have to be more attentive when it's FaceTime because I gotta look at you. Like you're
No,
calling.
you don't, because when you FaceTime me, you surely have me looking at the ceiling or
I
some
feel like
dishes
we've
or
gotten to the
something.
point. I feel like we've gotten to the point where we can sit on FaceTime and not.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
But I feel like if you FaceTime me, like you want to see me or like we want to have a face-to-face conversation. I feel like on the phone it's different. I don't know. I still feel like there's a different level to the FaceTime and phone call.
I used to think that.
Yeah, I think
Like it's a privilege to be able to FaceTime me. You
y'all see, y'all are bougie. Y'all are bougie. My thing
mainly
is,
more so like when I was dating, like
yeah,
only certain people could FaceTime me. But with my friends, it wasn't like that. It was more so like with guys, like you gotta have like special access for me to be sitting on the phone FaceTiming. You know what I'm saying? Or you FaceTiming me.
but you're also not a phone person.
I'm not.
Yeah, so that's why I like the FaceTime, because I feel like, especially now, you know what I mean? It's like we can't just get up and go out and stuff like that. But I'm also the person that will have you on FaceTime looking at the ceiling fan. I'm good for that. Like I'm good for talking to you, like saying, hey, or wanting to show you something. Like I do that to Courtney all the time. Like I'll FaceTime her because I want to show her something. But after I show it to her, the phone just sits down and it just becomes like a regular conversation. Like we're not like, you know, it's just like a conversation. But if I'm dating someone, the only reason why I want a heads up when we're dating is because, you know, I need to throw this wrap on real quick, you know?
Right.
So, you know, I need to throw a lip on or something. Like, so I think for me, the heads up is really probably for someone that I'm not super comfortable with, or my family knows and friends know that I don't wear clothes rarely ever. You know what I mean? So half the time on these Zooms, like I'm all good at the top and on the bottom, it is what it is. So that being said, like when you FaceTime me, especially in the morning, chances are I don't have nothing on. So, you know, those moments, it's like, I need a second to put a shirt on or something. So I'm FaceTime appropriate. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
But now with iPhone, like I've noticed, even when you're on FaceTime, you can get off the camera and people can still see you.
Yeah, which I have to be careful about, because before it used to pause, but now they can still see you. And there have definitely been times where I forget that it's not paused. And luckily it's people I'm close to, you know, yes, that actually happened to me on a team. I'm on a Teams meeting, right? At work. It was for work too. And it was last summer. And I had some interns and then I had like a co-supervisor. And I didn't realize that the camera wasn't off or something. And I'm like, they're lotioning. and, and she was like, Rashad, your camera's on. Rashad, your camera.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm in a towel, you know what I mean? I was about to woof. So, yeah, but thank God that didn't happen, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was just wondering what y'all thought, because I'm definitely like it depends. It depends. It definitely depends. But if I don't feel like FaceTiming, I'll just decline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll call you back later. And when I call you back, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna FaceTime you back either.
Right.
Like, I might actually just call you back.
Or I might send you a text and be like, hey.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah, because
Right.
sometimes I don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
I don't think for me, like, I like for people to have something to talk about when they call me, not just like, oh, hey girl, what's up? Oh yeah, what you do yesterday? Like, it depends. Like, if we haven't talked in a while, we catch it up. That's one thing. But if we just talked to each other yesterday or 2 days ago, we ain't nothing new happened. I just don't like sitting on the phone not talking about anything. So
I do that every day with Courtney.
but y'all are like besties. I can see that.
Yes, but during the pandemic, like Courtney and I would call each other around like 10 a.m. every day because we both work from home. Mm-hmm. And so it's like we're each other's coworker. And we'll call, and originally we would call and like actually talk about like what we're doing today. So it would be like your cube mate, right? Mm-hmm. But now sometimes we just be calling, and like I said, the phone just be sitting there. Sometimes we're saying stuff, sometimes we're not. Like
see, I'll do that with my husband.
20 minutes. It'll go 20 minutes. Nobody said anything. And then she'll come out and be like, yeah, so blah, 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 blah. And we'll just.
I can see that. I'll do that with my husband. But like, if I'm like visiting my parents, we'll be like on FaceTime. And we always FaceTime each other.
I was going to say, I remember you saying that. Your husband FaceTime when
he always FaceTimes me.
You every day.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all were his face would FaceTime all the time.
So that took me a while to get used to, but we definitely will be on FaceTime, like not saying nothing to each other. And I'll just be like, I remember I was in the car with my mom and we were talking and then it just like went silent. And my mom was like, you still on the phone? I was like, yeah. And she was like, is y'all not saying anything? I was like, yeah, I know. Like, so yeah. But if it's like one of my friends, I'm like, girl, we'll talk to each other later.
But that lets you know that your husband is your person.
Yeah.
Yes, he is your person. Yeah, he's definitely your person. Speaking of persons, I also wanted to ask y'all, have y'all read about this girl on Facebook? Her name is Ty Travel. She's at Trips with Ty on Instagram. And she, on Valentine's Day, made a post about all of her booze in every city in the world, you know, that she's visited.
Oh, I think I saw something real quick about that.
Yes. So, I actually really love the post. So I'm just going to read a couple of them just to catch y'all up, and then we can talk. So her first, I'm going to do her top 5. This one is to the Nigerian I met in Ghana. We were stuck at the hip. He never left my side. He was sweet, attentive, and I really enjoyed his company. He pretty much has everything I want in a man, and that's why he's first with his sexy ass. Then there's India Bay. Picked me up from the airport with my favorite flowers. We had a great time. He was incredibly chivalrous and even let my friend tag along on our date. I kind of didn't want to leave him, so he's number 2. Then this was only a date, but we had a blast enjoying Shanghai together. He's Guy and he's British, sexy ass accent. I was like, let me find him. Then went to Brazil with my Dominican ex and him, and my homegirl was on some sneaky shit. LOL, never bringing sand to the beach ever again. We still together forever, LOL, for inquiring minds. And I think this is number 5. Steve took amazing care of me. He took me to the Voodoo Festival in Benin. I met him at a house party in Togo. Later found out he owns the house. He won me over with African bravado, American snacks, Oreos, and endless bottles of Patron. I never left his crib after the party. Was on some, hey, this house is pretty big. Can I stay here with you? And I became his little puppy and followed him everywhere he let me. He is Togolese American. And then there's the next guy who I'm not going to go through, but because that's a story that everyone apparently grew to love. They met in Tanzania. It was just like one and popping. And yeah. So, ladies, what y'all think?
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes. And I was also sitting there thinking, like, why the hell I didn't think to do that?
I was like, I have not been living. Like,
yes, I'm here for, what's her name? Ty, live your life, Ty.
Yes.
Go for it, sis.
Do it for all
I loved it. I was just like, but you know what I loved? That she was so bold to like post them all. Like give a tribute to each and every one of them. And I know that it's crazy because in a time when we have like Lil Boosie criticizing Lori Harvey for what, maybe like 5 people that we know that she's dated, you know what I mean? Here's this woman posting, it's at least 10 people, y'all, you know what I mean? And 2 of them are women. And I just like that she gives them credit for whatever they brought to her life then. And I think that we don't take enough time to think about when we meet people for however long, what they say, like reason or a season or a lifetime, like what they bring to our lives then. So my thing is, as long as she's safe, I just love that she is living in the moment.
Living a best life.
Yes. I actually wanted to give her a Black HERstory award.
Yes.
I've never seen that, Yes,
she is Black HERstory.
Yes, I have never seen that.
Do it for the girl.
Yes. We can't sing too much because YouTube will cut us off. We do not own the rights to any of the music that we sing today. Just so y'all know. But yeah, so speaking of Black HERstory, this is Black History Month. This is our final episode, right? For Black History Month, right? Yeah, so we wanted to shout out the ladies doing their thing, living their best life, however they are living them. But I want to start at the source. So a little differently than, the traditional tributes to famous, I would say, Black women. But I want to talk about the Black women in y'all's lives, starting with your mamas. Yes. So, how have your mama shaped the woman that you are today and the legacy that you are building for your life?
I
want me to go first?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't think about that. I made that question on the spot. But
on the spot?
But I have been thinking about it lately. So I am an entrepreneur. I talk about this on the podcast. And my business is Vocal Action LLC. And action stands for attaining community through improving our networks. And one of the things that the data says about me, shout out to Strength Finders, and that I truly believe in myself, is that I'm a connector. And so that is the premise of my business. It's really about connecting people to resources, connecting them to other people. I'm just the ultimate plug, to help them achieve dreams and goals that will positively impact Black people and communities globally. And when recently I was thinking about like, why are you doing all this, right? And I thought about it and I was like, it's really something I'm passionate about. It's something I'm good at. And it's my way of contributing. And it's also like, what's going to be my legacy, like this is me in professional form, I guess. And when I think about me being a connector, a lot of that comes from my mom. My mom put me in a lot of programs growing up. So I was, because I was the only child, or not an only child. I do have an older sister, but she's significantly older. So like I was the only child in my household. And she put me in a lot of programs. I was always meeting other people. My mom is a trip planner. She always was planning vacations, bus trips, to the beach, to the zoo. Like, she is planner extraordinaire. Parties, which is where I get that planning spirit, which is where United Family Organization comes from. And so I would say that that's probably, that's definitely like where I learned that skill, and why it's a part of my legacy and why I'm so passionate about it, because it's literally something that was passed down. It was like a talent or skill that was passed down and nurtured. My love for family definitely comes from my mom. My mom is the connector for our family too. So yeah, so that's going to be my legacy, is that, someone is going to be able to say, like, the community is better in some way because of vocal action, because of United Family Organization, because of the Pink Toolkit, because of Rashana Roach hyphen, I'm waiting.
I was waiting. I was like, hyping what?
Look,
I saw where you were going with it.
You know what I mean? I had to leave y'all on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
To be continued. Okay?
It's on its way. We're going to find out the answer to that soon.
Receive it. Receive it. The truth is options been few.
But where are
you? Yeah. What about y'all?
I think for my mother, when I think about her, I just think about how she's a very strong leader. So my mom has been leader of a lot of different church organizations. And just growing up, I saw her in those different roles. So she's a church usher. And that's how, we've talked about it before. Rashana and I know each other from a national church ushers organization. And so I grew up being very active on the national, regional, and local level of this organization. Yes. And my mother has held lots of leadership positions at all of those levels and even within her local church. So I grew up seeing that in my mother. And so just a lot of the skills, organizational skills, leadership skills, I feel like I've learned from watching my mother and by her also bringing me in and being in those organizations as well. And so to this day, I still see people call upon her and get her, advice or expertise when it comes to ushering or other things related to the church. For example, right now, she's led a committee for the reopening of her church. And so, that's not anything that she's done before because we haven't had a pandemic like this before, but right. She's able to bring together the necessary expertise and people in order to execute those type of plans. And I feel like just seeing her do that throughout my life, that I translate and that to the positions that I've held, the leadership positions that I've held, or even with work, just, leading certain projects and things like that. Also, just a little fun fact, my mom was a contract specialist for a federal government agency, and that's what I now do. Yeah. So I ended up being in the same profession as my mother. Did not plan it that way. I just fell into it. But also, I also grew up just seeing my mom give back and volunteer. So I was in Girl Scouts. I started as a brownie. And then when I got to juniors, my mom became an assistant leader. And then eventually she became the troop leader. And even once I graduated high school, went off to college, she still was a Girl Scout leader. And just to see her in that role, to be that role model, not just, for her own daughter, but for other young girls was just very inspiring. The fact that like she started this because her daughter was involved in it, but she kept going even after I left. And so just to see her, I remember, I think I was in college and I was home on a break and I had attended one of her troop meetings. And I remember there was a young girl in the troop that was autistic. I think she had just started to speak. She had just started to be like verbal. And so I don't think my mom had ever dealt with, a autistic child before, but the fact that she, was able to bring her in, like, I think there was a lot of the other girls probably didn't understand it. And I think the way that my mom like helped, like was able to incorporate her into activities and to learn whatever she needed to do to make her feel welcome. I just really admired that. Like my mom's kindness, like her giving spirit, I really admired. And so I think just in watching that, that's what I strive to be. I strive to be kind. I strive to, give back and volunteer in different ways. I don't feel like I've done that so much lately since I haven't been involved in certain organizations. So that's something that I want to get back into. I have thought about maybe becoming like a Girl Scout troop leader, but if not that, just, being in some type of mentorship role to young girls. And so that's, like I said, that's what I really admired about my mom. And I think as far as like what I want my legacy to be is just, I don't know if I'm ever going to be a biological parent, but being that parent to other children, being that parental figure to other children in some type of way, like I feel like she was to um, the girls in her Girl Scout troop, or she worked with like the youth with the ushers, being that in that way. So
Yeah, I can definitely see where you get a lot of that from your mom. Christy is definitely like, Christy's the type of person you can ask her anything and she doesn't know. She knows somebody who knows, and she's gonna connect to you. Yeah, I didn't know your mom was a contract specialist. Did she get to travel like you too as
she
well?
did, like domestically, she got to travel. So I remember one trip, she worked for the US Customs and Border Protection. So she did a lot of like um contracts for the acquisition of like boats and I just mainly remember boats, but I know she bought other things. But I remember she had to go to Florida, Orlando, and my dad and I tagged along. And so yeah, I remember her doing that. I remember like one of the boats that they bought, they ended up naming it after her. I remember seeing a picture. So she used to do a lot of trips like in the US.
Wow.
That's so cool.
That is.
I'm so say okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So I had a mother-daughter Zoom Friendsgiving last year, and a lot of the questions that me and my mom, we planned it together, we thought through, kind of came from our relationship. And we have like a mother-friend relationship. Like we're mother and daughter, but we're actually friends. And one of the things I would say I definitely inherited from my mom is the empowering empowering strength that I have, like always supporting and uplifting, always that person who's going to care, who's going to feel all the feels, who's always going to support. But also I get the sharing my story for others from my mom. And while my mom doesn't do it publicly, like the work that she does really comes from her using her experience to help others. So my mom works at a shelter for women who have been in domestic violence relationships. So she definitely, while that has been part of her story, she doesn't like share publicly about it often, but she definitely pours into other people through her experience and what she's been through. So I definitely get that from my mom, just with the stepping into she and sharing and being open about that. And I would also say the strength that my mom has shown throughout her life has really been able to empower me to be stronger, to persevere through a lot of things. And I think she got that from my grandmother. So clearly it was passed down. But I would definitely say my mom is the reason why I am caring, supportive, I am empowering, I am uplifting of everyone around me, because my mother is that person. Like, you can call her and she will hype you up and she will pour into you as much as she can to make sure that you're doing good. But also she'll sit there and listen, and she'll process things with you, and she'll talk through life with you, and she'll give you advice and support. So I would definitely say that. And similarly to Christy's mom, my mom was a Girl Scout leader as well. I was in Girl Scouts for a long time. I hated it though, but it's okay.
Really?
But my mom also got her bachelor's degree in criminal justice policy. So we both also share that love for justice policy as well. So yeah, I would say my mom definitely is that. We are mother-daughter friends that really support and uplift each other.
Oh, that's so cute. The next question is an imaginary thing. So let's say it's 20 years from now, you're getting an award. It can be any award that's out there now, though, right? But it doesn't have to be like, if you want to say, I'm getting an Academy Award for, that's fine, you know? So you're getting an award. What is the award? What is it for? And who are you thanking? I go first. My dream award has always been, I gotta Google it, okay, because I just want to make sure it's the right, it's the right award. I want to say it's a trumpet award, right? That's not a, yes, right, good. I just want to make sure it wasn't the gospel one. I mean, you know, not that I wouldn't get a gospel, but I think that's the Devil Award, right? Gospel is the Devil Awards, but yeah, I've always wanted a trumpet award because growing up, I still watch the trumpet awards, and the trumpet awards are awards that are given to Black people for achievements that they, for their achievements for giving back to the Black community. And I always saw myself on that stage, like that's like my ultimate award, even more than like a, I don't know, Medal of Freedom or Nobel Peace Prize, which, you know, yes, I would love to have those awards as well, but the most significant one for me would be that trumpet award. And who I'm thanking God, of course. I'm thanking my family. That includes my grandmother, and I'm thanking my community.
Okay, now I got to look up some awards.
Yeah, I'm still thinking. I'm looking.
But one, okay, so I think I had to think of an award. I would say something like a glamour award.
Okay.
Or like a remarkable woman or women's world award or something like that.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I know one of those, but go ahead.
I know the glamour awards is a thing.
Yeah, the glamour award. Or you could also do Essence magazine does the women and something.
Yes.
Women in Hollywood awards every year.
Yes, I think one of those awards is something that I would like, mostly because, like I said, like my thing is women's empowerment, creating global change for women, based on, you know, gender issues, the intersection of gender and race, and really just creating programs and projects that support and uplift women. So that is really the award that I would like to get. So I'm gonna have to, research the Glamour and the Essence Award to make sure that they fall in line.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. So I would definitely want that for creating change for women. Who am I thanking? I'm thanking God. Amen. Okay, because without God, we are nothing. I'm thanking my mother, obviously. I would be thanking my grandmother. I'll be thanking my husband. Thanking my husband. And I would also thank the women that paved the way for me to do what I have been doing to be able to create change. The women who share their stories and their lives for change. Those would be the people that I'd be thanking. Yeah.
So the first thing that came to mind was like the Black Girls Rock Awards.
Ooh.
And I was looking at the different categories they have, and I don't necessarily know. They're gonna have to create some more categories, okay? And I'm gonna have to fit into it. Because the one I was looking at was a community change agent, but I don't necessarily think that that's where I want to fall in. I don't know whether it would be kind of along that lines or if it would be something as far as like, I don't know that I'll ever get to like a philanthropy status because, well, if God wants to bless me with the money to be able to just donate, then, yes, Lord, bless me with that. But
fundraise, okay. You might be like Ivy McGregor, who's the director of Parkwood, their philanthropic arm. So
yeah, I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want to go out and get the money, but if I have it, then I definitely wouldn't mind like donating it. So maybe something along that lines. Like I said, if God blesses me with some extra coins, I definitely would want to like definitely donate to a lot of different causes or organizations. So that's what I see. I don't know that it fits in, like I said, with the categories that Black Girls Rock has now, but like I said, if it's in God's will for me to be able to get some extra coins and I can donate it and whatever, that's kind of along the lines of the type of award that I would want. And who I'm thanking, first and foremost, God, my husband, my parents, all my family and friends, and everybody else that supported me. And to get to what I'm getting the award for, all those that supported me, to be able to be in the position to get the award.
Yeah, Rihanna got one of the Black Girl Rock Awards. And so, I mean, for the work that she does, just for what she stands for as a Black girl that rocks, but also the work for her philanthropic arm, Clara Lionel Foundation. So it could be something like that, you know what I mean? And make sure you thank Rashana, who's the director of.
Yes, because if I did start like some type of foundation or something, I'm going to be calling it Vocal Action.
Exactly, because Vocal Action is love.
Yes.
Putting it out there.
Yes. Okay. So last question, ladies, as we wrap up this conversation about Black HERstory, what is going to be our story as the 1000 Club?
Did you come up with this on the spot, or did you think this through?
It sounds like it.
Did I what?
Did you come up with this on the spot, or you thought this through?
No, I'm asking y'all, what's gonna be our legacy? What do we want to? What do we want Black women as they are creating their stories to? I thought about this as I made the post today on our page. So what do we hope that Black women and even Black men, just take from our podcast?
I know one of the things that I'm hoping that people get from our podcast is that, we're giving them real, relevant, raw discussions and insight on different topics, and just also sharing our story, and that we are uplifting and motivating, encouraging others in the sharing of our stories, and the sharing of our differences, sharing about our friendship and relationships. I'm hoping that people can connect to us and say, I've gone through that, or I'm going through that, and it can just let people know that they're not in this alone. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it encourages, uplifts, inspires, motivates, all of that. Yes. And I also hope that people feel um, called to action with some of the topics that we do talk about, whether that be like with Rashana sharing your story about, alopecia, and hopefully that inspires people to go to the doctor if they're noticing changes with their hair or in their body, period, going to the doctor and making the necessary change that they need to with their health. Courtney, I hope you sharing your kickboxing journey, and other people being inspired to go out there and get physically active, and then even being instructors themselves, with all of us sharing our story about moving to a new city where we don't really know people. And I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing that, especially during COVID. It's so hard to get to know people, and that they feel called to just jump out there and just you know go out there and download the app, or do the solo date, whatever it is. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Christy.
I'm gonna have to coin that. I'm gonna have to coin that real, relevant, and raw. That was a quote, you know what I mean? Delivering you real, relevant, and raw.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope that that we inspire, but we also give people like practical tools to be able to live their life on 1000. So that is what I hope. Yeah.
I would say I hope that we, through all of those things that you both have said, but also that we inspire Black women to be themselves, to be comfortable, open, honest, and trust themselves, that we inspire Black girl joy and Black girl magic, and Black girls rock. I hope that we inspire Black women to love themselves, to give themselves luxury, to allow themselves to be vulnerable, to be happy, to be sad, to be all of those things that we are always told that we cannot be, or we have been told that we are not allowed to grow into being. So my hope is that we create the space for Black women to be all of the things that we are destined, have been ordained to be, and that we are. Be unapologetic about it, be honest about it, be vulnerable about it, and be magical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies, for indulging my questions. Yes, let's snap our
Good.
Yes, you gave us some tough questions. I need to continue to think about some of these and journal
Yeah, I don't know.
about
This
it.
is Oprah in the making. Okay.
That's the
Yes.
next thing I'm thinking. Okay, I need to thank the Oprah because Gail is going to be on the stage thanks to Oprah. Okay.
Look, yeah. Courtney gonna be right up on the stage. I'm passing my award to her. Like, what she gonna be like? It'd be like Taraji when what was it? Viola Davis, was that Viola Davis that won the Emmy that year, and she was like, yeah, like those pictures. Like, yes. I'm gonna continue to talk Oprah, to say her name this entire year, because she's my person. Like, she's my person. She's my person since I was young, and yeah, I gotta figure out how to meet her, and I really just want to like sit at her feet and just like listen and take a bunch of like
You take off your shoes.
Huh?
To take off your shoes.
No, I said sit at her feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you want to be on like Super Soul Sunday style,
Yes,
like sit
yes,
down,
yes, as she
drink some
said,
tea.
yes, like, you know,
Well,
outside in her grass, and, you know, have her make me some food, and like, yes,
okay,
like
yes, you want the full Oprah
I want the
experience.
full, yes,
Yes.
I want to be like in the Oprah Winfrey close circle,
Mm-hmm.
um, because just everything that she stands for. And I know some people take issue, but I feel like it's very hard to argue where the money resides. And where
Mm-hmm.
she invests her money, I just don't see how there can be any questions about what it is she's doing and how she's moving.
Mm-hmm.
That she understands her place in the movement,
Mm-hmm.
um, and how she gives back, the way that she gives back, how she tells stories. Yeah, that's just.
Yes. That's actually a good segue into our next segment, which is her on 1000. And I want to actually do a twist to this. I think usually would highlight someone else, but thinking about our last episode where we talk about self-love, if you haven't listened to it, you need to go back and listen to the other episode. But we talked about self-love, and then we're talking about her story today. And then we talked about some of the things that we want to be able to leave behind, our legacy. So for her on 1000, I want you to tell me what, thinking about yourself today, what are you celebrating yourself for today? What are you on 1000 for?
I can go first. And the reason I'm going first because I'm ready. Because this is the second day of Lent. And what I'm committing to, I'm not doing a fast. I am actually pouring into something that's going to make me closer to God. So my thing is I want to do one thing every day that brings me joy and thank God for it. So today I am celebrating the fact that I was able to eat a good portion of some barbecue lays. Um, and I know that's not like philosophical, or it's not like celebrating myself for being resilient or whatever, but being here at my mom's house affords me the opportunity to have all the sweets and treats and snacks that I deny myself when I'm at home. And so being able to just unapologetically eat those barbecue lays, and really enjoy them. I love barbecue lays, okay? If anybody, I love barbecue chips, period. But barbecue lays especially, I ate them right before I came on here, and that brought me so much joy. And I just thank God for the opportunity to have those barbecue lays unapologetically.
Yes, barbecue lays. You on 1000.
Okay. That's, yeah, that scale about to be on 1000, but that's okay.
That is okay. It brought you joy, okay? And that's what's most important.
Yes. What am I celebrating right now? I am celebrating. Okay, this is gonna sound cliche, but whatever. Fuck it. It is what it is. I am celebrating me and just celebrating where I am every single day. So just whether it's like I woke up and got out of bed and made coffee and that's all I did, I'm celebrating that. Or if I got up and was able to go to kickboxing at 6 a.m. and made it through the day, I'm gonna celebrate that. Or if I ain't cuss my coworkers out, I'm gonna celebrate that.
Amen. 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 The co-workers also need to celebrate that. Okay?
Exactly.
Yes. Amen. Hallelujah.
But I'm just celebrating every small win this year. Yeah, that's because you deny yourself that. You never really celebrate the small things that you do every day that get you to the next step. So I want to make
Yes.
a conscious effort to do that every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am celebrating. I am on 1000 because I have really been focusing on kind of self-correcting the things that I have been doing that have not worked out well for me. And that is physically, that's emotionally, financially, just in all the aspects of my life, just really reflecting on what I'm doing that just does not make me feel great and what I need to change. And so I'm celebrating and on 1000 because I am acknowledging what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And I realize in order to be my best self, that I have to confront the things that are not allowing me to be myself, my best self. And I have to correct those things. And it doesn't happen overnight. Change doesn't happen overnight. But just as you all said, just making those small steps, those small wins will get me to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. I'm also, so I have two other things and then I'm going to get to the wrapping it up. I am celebrating the fact that my mustache stopped growing, y'all. Okay. I turned 30.
Wait, so you have to tell me, what did you do?
Right. Yes. Give us the practical tools.
Yeah.
The face moisturizer that I was using, and I don't know if it was the combination of the Neutrogena and the Olay that was just like getting it on the popping, but like my grandmother had one, my mom has one. So I was like really nervous about that. I thought I was gonna have to get it waxed, but it kind of slowed down. So I'm celebrating that.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah,
shout
it's
out to the
like,
people that got a wax, you know what I mean? Sometimes
yes, let me tell
the-
you like a real moment. So we were watching, my husband and I were watching my 600-pound life, and there was a lady on there. She has PCOS, and she had like the full-on beard, right? And so one of the things that she was saying is like, I will not allow my husband to shave. Like I just can't bring myself. So my husband was like, he was mentioning it like, oh, do you have to do that? And I was like, actually, I do have hair that grows under my chin because I've shared before, I have PCOS. Now, thank God it's not like full on beard, but I do have like hair that I gotta go in there and like, yeah.
Get the Jesus.
Yes. So I would love to be able to get the hair to stop. So
Laser hair removal is, I'm gonna try it.
I'm scared to do laser hair removal.
I'm gonna try it like right on top of the lip.
Let us know.
Now because I can wear a mask.
Because I am scared. But look, like that is the thing. Look, if there's any guys listening, look, it is very normal for a woman to have hair, like her upper lip, her chin, like it's very normal. So don't come for us and don't be talking about us either. Because we got some things that we can talk about. Okay.
And on top of that, if you do have an issue, right? With your woman, she has, a little stash growing or a little, woman haired growing, then give her the money to have herself pampered for a full facial and wax. Okay.
Yeah. That is it. Okay.
Right. Like I am tired of men just having all of these issues and requirements and not coming to the table. Like it's not an issue for me, but it was an issue for you. So you go and you pay, but help me out. Help me help you.
Put your money, put your money on the table, okay? On the table. And the last on 1000 that I wanted to share is, while we're talking about Black history, herstory, and all of that, I want to shout out my co-hosts for always being on 1000, for always inspiring me and everyone who is listening, for the growth that I have seen you both go through in the past year. And just for starting this podcast, you ladies are amazing. Thank you for always showing up, not just for us as the 1000 Club, but for yourself as well. And just being awesome. Y'all rock, okay?
Oh, thank you.
So with that, before we head out to our closing, we do want to shout out our winners. If y'all missed it, we had a giveaway, okay? We had a Love on Y'all 3 days of love giveaway.
Yes.
Yes.
Love on 1000.
Love on 1000 giveaway. So we had 3 winners. If you missed it, we had 2 ladies who won a $1,000 a child. $50.
We look, we getting to that level. Okay. We gonna get
Listen,
there.
y'all, it was Christy who said, Lord, give her some extra cash to give
Yes,
away.
let it
That's
rain
gonna be
on
from her.
town.
That's gonna be from her, okay? The rest of us.
We had 2 ladies who won $50, and we had one lady who won $100. So shout out to Destiny who won $50.
Shout out to Destiny.
Yes, shout out to Destiny. Shout out to Natasha who won $50. And then
Shout out to Natasha. Does she think she goes by Sasha?
No, she goes
like
by
Obama? Oh.
No,
Okay.
her name is Natasha.
No, but you know how Sasha, her name is Natasha too. So I was just wondering.
Oh no, she's her name on her page is Natasha.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Natasha.
Shout out to Natasha
Hey.
for $50. And then shout out to Latoya for coming in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Toy Toy.
Yes. Let me borrow $1.
Okay. Let me borrow. Let me
like
borrow.
now with this doing a giveaway asking for some money back.
I mean, because wait, no, because the real deal is Latoya won $101. So
She did. She got an
borrow
extra
$1.
one.
$101.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because when when we split the amount, when we split the amount, there's like an extra $1.
Yeah. So it's like we just give her the extra $1.
Yeah. So she won $101, 101 Dalmatians. Okay, let me get a spot.
Right. Well, shout out to the 3 of those ladies.
Yeah.
Always checking out our episodes, our 1000 Club podcast, checking out our Instagram, staying in tune with our new episodes and what we got going on. Shout out to y'all for winning and then being a part of the 1000 Club.
We should it was a scavenger hunt for those of y'all who may not have known. It was a scavenger hunt based on our episodes. We should follow up with them and ask them like what they did with their winnings.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Put it on a to-do list. With that, y'all, our next episode drops February 25th. February 25th. Okay. Wait, February 25th? No, it dropped March 4th.
No, the 11th.
It dropped next week.
March 11th. See,
25th.
No.
This episode will be the 25th.
Yeah, the 25th. She was right.
But our next one drops March 11th.
When they hear this, it'll be.
Oh.
See, that's why. Our next episode drops on March 11th. Y'all check us out on Anchor, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We drop our new episodes every other Thursday, and you can listen and watch us, okay? Unlike some of the other podcasts, we doing it both. We doing it all. Y'all check us out, okay? Subscribe, like, comment, follow us, drop us some comments about the episodes, what you would like to see, what you would like to talk about with the 1000 Club. And just stay connected. Check in with us and tell us how you guys are doing. And with that, ladies, as we are wrapping up our Black HERstory episode.
Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Boom.
I'm black.
I'm black.
Blackity black.
I'm blacky. Okay.
Y'all gotta send that to me. What's that?
You didn't see that?
We gotta find the video.
It's a movie. It's from the movie where he's like, I'm blackity black and black and blackity black.
Not ringing a bell.
Ooh, child. All right, we out, y'all.
Bye.